Well, I guess they're right. I haven't uploaded a review in like 2 months now. So, we're gonna go outside and find the game because that's the number one way you can find games is going outside. Whoa, what a nice night is it out here. What the hell? What's that over there? What the hell? Hello? Jerry, what the heck are you doing on the streets? In the middle of the night? What are you doing on the streets?
Well, I don't exactly have a house, so it's just easier to, just break into your house, because I don't have one myself. It's just easier to do that.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense, because you keep breaking into my house, so I guess it makes sense that you won't have a house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so do you have a game for me today?
Yes, indeed, I do have a game for you today. Here you go.
Wow, Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. This would be a fun game to review. Thanks.
You are very welcome. I hope you enjoy the I hope you enjoy the game. I must be going now. Farewell. Now, watch my lightning running speed.
Well, I think it's time to review this game now, because Mr. Game Man, or Jerry, runs off into the night. I mean, take a look down there, it's super creepy. Yeah, so today we're going to be reviewing Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. Let's go. Alright, so today on the David Game Review Show, as you probably know from earlier, let's see if you filmed outside, we're going to be reviewing Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. Now, before we actually get into the review, I'm going to do a little segment on what this game is, because this is not your normal Mario game. Super Mario All-Stars is a game released by Nintendo for the SNES. Its intended purpose was to compile all of the older Mario games, including Mario 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as a new unknown game, at least to the US, called The Lost Levels. That was actually Japan's version of Super Mario Bros. 2. Some copies of the game actually came with Super Mario World, as well as the other games. However, my copy of the game does not have that, and I believe that the only versions that came with this were special versions that came with the SNES console. Now, there are many differences with this game to the earlier NES versions of each game on this cartridge. One thing, all of the graphics have been completely updated to 16-bit SNES standards, and so has the music. Also, they have now added save states, so now you can save your game on whatever world you are and keep it there, go do something else, come back, and your save file will still be there. It does this through a battery save, which have been known to fail, but as long as you replace it every 4 years or so, it should be okay. A couple decades later, they actually made the game available on the Wii in a disc copy. Now, this is actually the most accessible way to access the game right now, and honestly the one that I would personally recommend. So now that we got all of that out of the way, let's finally get into the review. Okay, so I just want to clear up something really quick. this is not the direct footage from the cartridge. I'm using an emulator for this review, so you're going to be seeing footage from the version with Super Mario World included in the game. So the way I'm going to be doing this review is I'm going to be reviewing each individual remake and then coming up with a general summary about the game. Okay, so let's start out with the first game, obviously being Super Mario 1. So with this remake, there really wasn't much changed. I mean, the graphics were obviously updated, the sound was obviously updated, but the gameplay and everything stayed the same, which I guess is a good thing for some people, including me, because you know, this game was designed to be a remake of the original, and I think it does a good job overall. Now, of course, some of the glitches that were in the original Mario game are not present. For example, World -1 is not here, and a bunch of other well-known glitches are not found in this remake. I understand why they got rid of them, but personally, I would think it would be funny to see some of the old glitches remade in SNES graphics. Alright guys, I'm gonna be honest, I've never really liked Super Mario 2 that much. I mean, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but it's definitely not my favorite, especially when compared to Super Mario 1 and 3. However, the remake is okay, it's just, you know, similar to the other ones in terms of its graphic styling and sound, but other than that, it's just really Mario Bros. 2, there's not really that much that I can say. I mean, the gameplay is definitely not similar to the other remakes on this cartridge, because Super Mario 2 was actually a clone, at least the US version at least, was a clone of another Japanese game with Mario slapped all over it, and they just called it Mario 2. So that's really all I have to say about it. It's a basic remake, no SNES graphics and styling, that's about it. Alright, so we are on to the third remake on this cartridge, Mario Bros. 3. And if you guys don't know, Mario Bros. 3 is definitely my favorite out of the original 3, and probably my favorite even if you include Lost Levels, which we're going to be getting to that next. So yeah, this game is just a remake of, well, you probably know that this game is just a remake of Mario 3, and it really does not disappoint at all. It's very fun, the graphics are good, the sound is good, and I just really like Mario 3, especially the remake version. In fact, if you want to play Mario 3, which in a lot of people's opinions, including mine, it's the best out of the original NES Mario games, it's this version that I would probably recommend, the 16-bit SNES version. I mean, you know, you can pick it up on the SNES or the Wii. I mean, this game is available on both systems, or get the original NES version, but we're talking about the remake here. The remake is very, very good, like the other remakes, but Mario 3 just happens to be my favorite out of the original Mario games, which is why, you know, I'm probably going to be giving it the best score. And I'm scoring these now. I'm just kidding, I'm not doing scores. So yeah, that's the Mario 3 remake, and overall I like. Alright, so we are on to the final remake, and this is Super Mario The Lost Levels. This is actually Japan's version of Super Mario Bros. 2, and you might be wondering, how come we didn't get it here in the US? Well, the people over at Nintendo thought that this game would be too challenging for American players, so they gave us our Super Mario 2 instead, which I would actually prefer this one. But I think they might be right that this game is too hard, not just for American players, but for humans in general. You just need such fast reaction times, and enemies are just so, they spawn everywhere. It's just a really frustrating and very difficult game. In fact, it's actually been, you know, notorious for being very, very challenging. But if you really want to play it, then, you know, you're able to by getting this game. There's really no other way, in the US at least, to be able to play this game. And I think this one game is the reason they included the entire save feature, because I don't think without the save features you would even be able to beat this game. It's very challenging. Alright, well, this is the part where I give my general opinion on the game, and, well, I like it a lot. It basically has all 4 Mario games of the original NES packed into one cartridge, and the fact that you can, you know, get this for a relatively cheap price, you know, all 4 Mario games, you know, with updated graphics, sounds, and, you know, save files included. I think it's a really, really good deal, and you should probably look for it. Now, don't buy an SNES. If you do have a Wii, don't buy an SNES just to play this game. Buy it for your Wii. You know, it'll be a very similar experience, just maybe not, you know, in the really old school retro SNES feel to it, but it'll still look and play like an SNES, because, you know, it's just basically a copy and paste from the SNES version. So I would say definitely look for this game if you can, and buy it. It's very good. Alright guys, so that was Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. It's a pretty decent game for the most part. It has some problems here and there, but you know, overall as a compilation of the older Mario games put into one cartridge, and then you know throw the Lost Levels, that was a Japan only game, into this. It's a nice package for the price that it is. So I would say if you can find it for a decent price, definitely go for it. It's a pretty good game. Hey! I want my games back! Get back here! Hey! Which way do I go? Give me back my games, Jerry. Okay, here you go. Wait, really? Yep, well, April Fools!